Hey guys and girls, it's Blackjack with 396 Guitars. We are working on the Stirling by Music Man bass. I'm going to catch you up on where we have come, kind of where we started and where we are now, which is painted. I skipped over a lot of steps getting to this point because it's just impossible to film that, but I'm going to explain as many of the processes as possible. So let's get to work. Remember, if you dig what I'm doing, like and subscribe. So you remember the last time you saw this, it was well, several videos. It was broken. There was a main fracture right here, and went across here. It was literally into two big pieces, and there was a lot of little chunks out everywhere, and there was a huge crevice that it hadn't broken completely off. So yeah, we glued it all back together. We used Bondo wood filler to get it smoothed out as much as possible. Now, I'm going to tell you right from the get-go, I am not a body man. I am not a paint guy. I did this entire process with Bondo wood filler. After I glued it all together, I use Quick Bond to glue it all together with clamps, and once I was happy with that process, I filled all the imperfections that I could see and feel with Bondo brand wood filler. Two-part stuff. You got to mix it up. Refer to the other videos. Sanded it all down, scuffed the entire thing, put two really thick coats of high build primer filler. And that's important because no matter how much you feel and it's nice and smooth and you've sanded it and it's beautiful, use high fill, sandable Bondo filler. Primer filler. You can almost use any product that you want, but I used Spray Max 2K primer. I used 2 full cans on it, and the stuff is not cheap, but it's going to give you the best possible spray can result, as close to pro as possible without a paint booth, which I don't have. I did this all outside. Then once I got that all sanded down and nice and smooth, and I go, okay, I'm ready to put top coats on. Same thing, Spray Max. I used a hot rod. It's not a gloss paint. It was direct to metal paint, but because I was using the same manufacturer, same product line from primer to top coat to clear coat eventually. It's a black, and you can see it's a satin black. It's kind of flat. Now it was even flatter than this until I put 5 to 6 coats of black on it, on the primer. And of course, days go in, I would put a can on it, which is about 3 coats, spray, half an hour, let it flash, spray another coat, half an hour, let it flash, dry, spray another coat. And by that time, that can was empty. Then I let it cure for a couple of days. Then I went with a second can of black, okay? Did that same process all over again. And then let it cure for a week. Then came back with one can of Glamour Gloss Spray Max 2K Clear Coat. Stuff is self-leveling. Is it perfect? No. I don't claim it to be perfect, but man, it looks pretty goddamn good. Okay? And the stuff is rock hard. I put 2 cans, which amounted to about 3 full coats. Don't put too much on. Don't be too close. And you got to make sure there's not too much wind outside, or do it inside in a booth professionally and get probably a much better result. But I'm happy with the result that we got, because considering this thing was in a car wreck when I got it, it's pretty nice now. Then I buffed it all out. I did not take the time to wet sand the entire surface on the clear coat. I'm okay with it because it was kind of a you know, a flat black, whatever you want to call it. It really, really looks good. Is it perfect? Nope. And while I was spraying, right there, a little bug decided to land on it, doing the clear coat, and right there. Now these two won't matter because it's underneath the pick guard, but yeah, I had to right away get the little bug off of there and keep going. But you know, if I wet sanded it and then clear coated over it, eventually it would go away. I'm not going that far. I've gone far enough. It's the elapsed time is about a month and a half. Between every job, I've gone out, weather willing, and tried to get this thing sprayed. You can do it, and you can get a decent result. Are you going to get a professional result? No. But if you use Spray Max, I'm telling you, I've tried them all. Stay away from the automotive stuff, but Spray Max, and it's literally designed for automotive. The other brand, you know what it is, I'm not going to say. Today's object lesson is putting the neck back on it so that I can hang it. I've had nothing but a blank neck on it while I've been doing all the body work and priming and painting and sanding and all that crap. I want to get the neck back on it. I have buffed out the entire thing with really light compound, and that took out many of the little imperfections. You can go farther. You can get 1,500, 2,000 grit wet sandpaper and get to wet sanding it if you really want a high gloss. I'm not going that far. I've done enough body work and paint work on this. The moment of truth, because yeah, there's a lot of paint buildup around this pocket, and I don't know what the result is going to be, but let's be careful and see if it just goes right back home. Which it did. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. You know that this is new paint, new clear coat. I'd really like to not chip out. This is going to be the most fragile area. I'd really like to try not to get a problem there. Carefully, carefully, carefully. And I know the camera is not going to grab all of this, but get as much as we can. Many of you have seen this process of mating a neck back to a guitar body before. It's not rocket science, just got to be careful. You just got to be careful. And there's probably quite a bit of paint and sanding debris and buffing debris in these holes, but if your screws fight you too much, yeah, you got to stop and clean out the holes. I did not do that, and they're going right in, so we should be good. We should be good. Well, of course, this plate is going to mar up my perfect paint job back here, but if we put it on right and straight, it'll hide its own damage. It will hide its own damage. I love it when a plane comes together. When the neck gets mated back to the body, it's always a aha moment, of course, because now it's on its way back to becoming a real guitar again. Don't bring them all home until you get them all in, get them all started and semi-snugged. And again, if any of these holes got too much crap in them and the screw is really giving you a hard time going back and stop, you got to clean it out. Paint can get in there. It shouldn't, but it can. This seems to be pulling up nicely. Of course, we got 100 damn neck bolts, and these have 6. A Fender has 4. I think the new ones actually have 5 new fenders. Yeah, I guess 6 is better than 4. Ooh, that one's pulling up. But that was pulling up in the neck, so we should be good. You especially don't want the screw, the bolt, the neck bolt to give you trouble going into the body part of the hole. It should pretty much go through there easily, if not straight through to the neck. Because if it starts hanging up in the body and then tries to draw up into the neck, you're going to have a gap over here, and that's not going to be fun, and it's coming apart again, and you got to drill out the body holes. So far, so good. This guitar will probably look better than it ever did when it was new. I don't say so my damn self. Well, I like that. I like the way that felt. Everything looks good. I mean, this neck came off of this body, so it shouldn't be a problem. No gappage. No gappage. Whoops. No gappage. Of course. Can't pick up. Just wanted to check this back here. Make sure we're pulled up right to the body and that they're mated nice. There is literally no gap there. I like that. So it's already starting to look like a guitar again. Lot of work to do still. Of course, we gutted it because we've been doing nothing but, you know, body work on it, cleaning it, stripping it, painting it, gluing it back together. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. I don't think we're going to get to doing any of this stuff anytime soon because that kind of is what it looks like that. And that kind of looks like that, sort of, right? Of course, you can see all the controls. I'm not doing that today. I just wanted to show you the body and, hey, this is where we're at because I want to clean that and I want to clean that and get ready. The next video is going to be, you know, in depth. I just wanted to bring everybody up to date on what this thing looks like now it's all mated. It's going to look pretty when we're done. I'm certain of that, and it's going to sound good too. And it wasn't a high-end guitar to begin with, but I'm going to make it play and sound like a high-end guitar. It's Blackjack with 396 Guitars. We'll talk soon. Remember, if you dig what I'm doing, like and subscribe, and hey, focus. And by all means, share.